Okay, so YouTube is up. I just need to get my Twitch up. I'll be one more moment, and then I will jump in. I put a lot of salt on the popcorn. Hi, Brenda. You bet you can. Good. Okay, let me see if my tarot is live on my Twitch. I'm almost there. One more minute. Till I get it. Yay! Why is there? Okay. Got a few channels going today. We'll see what happens. YouTube is yell. Shut one of these down, but oh, aw, like the opening of the doors. Okay. Mm, well, and I'm done with that. Yeah, good timing. Alrighty. So I've got Marielle for a question. Then I have Brenda for 2 questions, and then Liz is still open after that. I think I'm all set up now. So we are here. We are here. Oh, you bet. Hi. How are you? All right. Let's do that. Okay, we're jumping in. We're starting. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Yes, I'm doing good. It's like hot here, and I might be a little hungover. I did not mean to, but I'm doing good about it. For the beach party, we're swimming and drinking, and it was, you know, a bit ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, you sure can, Haley. I'll add you to the list. Okay, so I've got Marielle, Brenda, 2 questions, Haley for a question. It was fun. It was fun, but being hungover is not. Um, so okay, so there's two things that came out, and they kind of have a similar tone to them, Marielle. And it's like for yourself, and I'm not surprised this is coming forward, but you're like, as we know, you're on the verge of like some new energy, some new things coming in, and it's just talking a lot about like gaining that, going back into self for that like inner composure, inner strength. And then it's like in his energy, it's very much like the response is like the like response time or his response coming up is swirling through him, and that like response energy is here, and so it's like I feel like he's gaining the courage ultimately, and like he's very much in his headspace. And hopefully he can land in his body some more for to help him with like grounding himself and like stepping into this. Rather than going to the deck. So yeah, I think he's like I get there's like a gear up, if that makes sense. Let me know how that feels. Uh, uh, Alrighty, next up we have Brenda. Right? Can I have it for my second question? Yeah, for sure, or for sure, Maria. And yeah, right, Brenda? So cute. The song, such a good song. All right, we're gearing up. Brenda. Time. What if, what if, what is he prepping? Or what if he's preparing? Okay. And then I also got a payment. Was it Sarah for a question? Was that right? It just popped up really quickly. Sure can, just. Oh, Sam, it was you? Sorry, it went by really fast. Sorry, my bad. I got you, Sam. Make sure to it's $5 for a question or 30 for two for a deep read, or you can subscribe and get a free question per live per day. Hello, I'm doing very well, Christina. How are you? Okay, so we're just jumping into Brenda's questions here, and then I think I'm updated on the list. You don't know. So the first thing that comes forward, Brenda, is an element of like missing you and stepping into this contact because he like felt that gap. He ultimately missed you being his energy. And so in terms of let me see if there's anything more that comes out for like your question of like, is he preparing for us? I just gather that he really missed you or like misses you, misses talking to you. Wow, oh my god, it keeps coming up. It's come up 3 times, and I'm like trying to get more. Kind of feels he's a little bit he's like at a little bit. Thanks for the little flowers, Danielle. He's a little bit at a not a standstill, but there's a bit of like, like, in terms of his clarity, like he's still, I feel like he's still navigating his inner guide, his inner thing. And like his inner soul feels very connected to you and like wants to move towards you. And then the all the other stuff is I think where he gets tripped up or where he's like getting tripped up right now and he misses you. And so he's like there's an essence of like he's been for quite a bit for his energy. But there's an essence of like him feeling kind of frustrated with what is in his hands or whatever. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Thanks, Daniela, for your question. Make sure to subscribe to ask a free question for live, or if you don't want to subscribe, it's $5 for a question, 32 for a deep read. Yeah. Like what I get is that I just gather that he missed you, and I don't, in this energy, it's not that he's like fully made a decision. And I think he's like, it's like he's still figuring things out, but he, in him figuring things out, wanted to message you. And the boundary that you cite, that you are setting, that you have set, I think he's still in his mind going through that and like thinking about it. Um, if that makes sense. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Good to see you. Does that make sense, Brenda? Like he's still figuring it out, but he missed you and wanted to say hey. That's kind of what I get. Okay, perf. Yay. Second cue. So on my list, I have after Brenda. I have Brenda for another question. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the heart. Thanks, Anne. After Brenda, I have Haley, Marielle, Sam, then Jess for questions. How many? Yeah, it's really talking about you holding your boundaries. Just FYI, like, I'll show you the cards. It's like very much holding your boundaries. Very, very much. That doesn't answer your question, and I realize that. Oh my gosh. There's also 11:11 on the timer when that card is out. 6, 7. Yeah, it's giving you like 6 or 7 till you possibly see him. Like that could be days. If you're asking for days and it comes for the 6 or 7, could be like maybe within the week. The thing that keeps being brought forward, Brenda, is just your boundaries. So I think there might be a bit of like a test coming, not necessarily from him, although it can come through him, if that makes sense. But there might be an opportunity for you to really stand strong in your boundaries. So I hope that makes sense. You know, but yeah, I get 6 or 7 days for that possibility. Hi, Stella. You're welcome, love. Big heart to you. Okay, I've got Haley, Marielle, Sam, and Jess for questions. Sorry, just shuffling. Shuffling. Yeah, for sure. Got you on the list, Dan. Yes. Okay. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot of like new beginning energy here and change energy, and it's like not it's a good energy. And I'm just seeing like this feeling out, is this your energy, or if like this is just like what Peter's experiencing. For sure, yes, definitely. Elijah Smith. So it's like it's good. This feels like good change, and it feels like would change into something new. And I'm just trying to see, yeah, I'm just trying to see if it's like your energy. There's a possibility with your energy here. There's a possibility. I feel like he still has some possible room for growth in his like accountability, which is so random, but just let me know if that makes sense. So I got Amy on the list after Aaron. Okay, you're welcome. So I have Marielle, Sam, Jess, Aaron, and Amy for questions. List is still open for debrief as well. So we got Marielle. Are you here, lovely Marielle? Oh, very interesting that you say the office during Marielle's time, by the way. Hi, Sean. Very interesting. Marielle will understand that. Was it you? Yeah, I think it was you. Oh, yeah, possibly. Possibly. I just know this from the musical, but I have seen all of The Office, so like, yes, I want to say yes. Yeah. It makes sense. I think I remember that. Okay. Sorry, this one's all good. Here we go. After this. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, Marielle, I have the response here. Um, it's very interesting that in it's kind of like a spiritual message that comes forward. So let me know if this makes sense to you. But to me, it's like the journey that they're going through is ultimately for their best interest, and that he's going on a down like a path or a journey towards feeling secure in himself, and she's going through a path that she's going to learn, or she has the opportunity to learn to trust herself more too. Oh, interesting. Did I just say? Hi, Jen. Thanks for being here. Make sure to subscribe if you do want to ask a free question per live every time I'm on, or it's $5 for a question, 32 for a deep read. And then you can join the list, which I will say in a second. But does that make sense, Marianne? So, like to me, the answer is that them going through this stuff, possibly, experiencing that is in their best interest. And it showed it in a few different ways. And like his energy is like going on a path to like feel secure and safe within himself and trust himself. And hers is also to build a form of like, yeah, like she's got to trust herself. Like, I need to trust myself more. Or there's the opportunity for her to learn. I should say. I don't know if that, like, to me, that answers your question. And then I have Sam, Jess, Aaron, then Amy for questions. See if there's anything going on in this conversation. Okay, let's see. This is their song. Do you hear this? Like legitimately, I'm like, oh, like legit. Anyways, for conversation, it feels like gearing up more energy towards conversation, and it does feel like there's energy moving towards that. Um, but their version of communication, I feel like is so different than like your version of communication, where I get a lot of their communication is like witnessed and stuff, and like shown through like action and stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. So it's like you're still, to me, the ability to gain courage towards like their conversation, but it is in the cards, it is in the energy. Does that make sense? Hey, Stace. Oh, a possibility of that. I love your example. But yeah, exactly. It does feel like more of that energy. Yes, as an example. I hope that helps. You're welcome. So Sam, if you're here, I've got Sam, Jess, Aaron, then Amy, and list is still open. Jay, okay. Let's see. Ooh, fun, Stace. Okay. Definitely calling to go into yourself. So I'll see what more I can pull. But the first card that came forward was introspection. So that could be, it kind of feels like you're getting a little bit of an invitation to like really tap into what's not working for you and following a path, following things that actually light you up and make you feel really good, happy, safe, free, and within like your given circumstances. So to me, there is like a little of an act of going back into self, like possibly releasing Jay's energy is what I'm getting, and going towards things that really light you up and make you feel lit up. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense or not. Yeah, you can, Stace, for sure. Remember me ever so often. You're welcome. Big love to you, Sam. Yeah, we've both been working on separate stuff. Yeah, and it feels like really that beautiful. It feels like a beautiful focus on things that make you feel amazing. Like so, it's like I know it might not seem beautiful releasing someone, but it's really like feels like I'm moving into things that make me feel good. So like one other, but it feels like more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It does feel like that as well. I really like felt that too when you said that. I was like, "Goosh, yes." So yeah, I hope that helps. Love. You're welcome. I still don't have my voice back. Also, I think it'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. Okay, so that was for Sam. Can you hear it? So I have Jess, Aaron, Amy, and Stacey for questions. Such a good show. Jess, are you here? Thank you, Erin. That's very nice. So Jess, Erin, Amy, Stacy. Ooh, cute. Love that. Oh, you're being filtered. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I love that you knew that, Jess. You're like, I'm being filtered. Job. Okay, got it. Taking action towards something you love. I know that might not answer your question, Jess, but it literally is like taking action on something that you really love, that really brings you joy and pleasure. There's new fresh air that's available in terms of your job. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Whoa. You got like all new energy. You got um, new earth energy, new air energy. So to me, this feels really good towards something like refreshing in terms of your job and career. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah, super hot in Cali, I know. Oh my gosh, right? Cali, 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 Cali. Hot tamale. Um, it feels like there's opportunity for something new to be here, whether that is um, you creating, like stepping into your biz, or like attracting in or moving into something. Your business stuff does come up a lot, lots and lots and lots. But ultimately, you have to feel ready for that or feel like you want to do that. But a lot like this card always comes up for you, or like pretty much always comes up for you. This is like new creation energy, you know. Um, I'd almost have to do like a deeper read, but I did get like that there's new, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to like sum it up in a thing every time, and that to me, for myself with you, represents this idea. And small steps can make huge differences. Even googling something, how do you can be huge steps. But yeah, it's for every time. My goodness. And ultimately, it's just like moving towards things that you really love. Still sand in my ear. Oh my gosh, so much sand in my ear. I shivered. What? You're welcome, Jess. Oh my gosh. That's wild. That was crazy. Literally showered. Oopsies. Um, okay, we've got Aaron. My list is still open for others if they want. We've got Aaron, Amy, Stacy. Let's see there. Cookies, right? Oops. So let me see how to convey the message here. It's fine. Um, I just put music for a second. Okay, so bear with me as this comes forward, Aaron, and I will make sure to answer your question. So ultimately, it's talking here for yourself about like growing, like growth, and like moving in through, and which you've been working on. You've been working on developing a relationship with yourself. You've been working on developing all of these things, and it's talking here about this in this path, wherever you're at in your growth journey, to start to allow yourself to like step into really good things and receive really good things and step into things that make you joyous and happy. So the thing I'm getting in terms of you taking a leap of faith and reaching out, there is some energy of like saying like, yeah, do that. And the thing that comes forward is releasing the expectation of her response and going in and sharing if that's what truly is in your heart, expressing that can be really beautiful. And then hopefully, depending on your path, and let me know if this resonates with you. But if when stepping into sharing your feelings and sharing your desires, giving her the space for her to do what she needs to do with that information, giving her the space to say yes or no. And there's beauty in that. And I'd have to almost do like a deep reading to go into like more of her energy if you wanted, but I hope that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, music on that side. So sending lots of love in and tap into yourself, see what your needs are, of course. And the cliffhanger. Yeah, I feel like I'd have to really go into her energy and like you have to like tap in. Well, you do actually get two questions there, and I can see if I can get her energy. If you wanted to do your second question, maybe after Stacey, um, we could see how much we could get. It might take like for some reason my brain goes, I may have to go deep, but I can see that I can get. Because as a top tier subscriber, I'm connected to it's okay. I'm going to keep the lower space to the questions instead of a deep root for months, just to manage that energy more. So yeah, let me know if that's something you want to do. Because I have Amy, then Stacy, then Aaron. Oh, you're good. You're good. Hi. Beautiful. Oh, kid. I like this. Oh yeah, it is your turn, Amy. Yeah, it is. Oh, hi. Hello. Hey. Hello on YouTube and hello on Twitch to everybody. Be sure to check out my little note. 333 on my Twitch timer. Cute. Oh my gosh. And then 3333 on my other timer. Yeah. Love that. Drop in. Make sure to read my little thing here on how it works in the space, whichever side it's on. Got it. Okay, so aiming for two questions. First question. Oh, okay. Let's see. Hi, Jessica. Make sure it's not make sure. If you're new here, it's $5 per question, or if you subscribe, you get one free question per live. Top two subscribers get two free questions back to back per live. Or it's yeah, $5 per question for each free. Aw, this is really beautiful energy. Amy, like you took the steps, trust your intuition, trust your heart. Like you took a really good step. And I heard the that thing that's like build it and you will come, something like that. Yeah, I can see some insecurities. But it does feel like you step into something really good. You're going to develop some really good relationships and partnership within this. And it's like, there's lots of hope here for you and lots of like assurance energy here for you. And take all the steps to gain what you can, keep maneuvering, keep doing all the things and all the twists and turns, keep going. Should you choose? And it does feel very supportive in this energy. I hope that makes sense. Second question. And then Stace, you're next, and then Aaron will do your second question after Stace. So good. Which part? What do you mean? What did they do that again? Do you want me to wait? Let me make sure. I understand. Do you want me to tap into your aunts and cousins' energy, or like, is there something specific that you want me to go over? Let me know. I want to make sure I'm pulling on the right thing. Okay, got you. Kind of what I'm getting is that their actions, and let me know if this makes sense to me, but it's like their actions around like relationships are based on their own stuff, like their own stuff. You know what I mean? Like whatever's lingering within themselves is what they give out. What they feel about themselves, they give out. What they Does it make sense? You know, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's like that's exactly the response that kind of came out. So yeah, I hope that answers your question and totally like we typically in our lives we give off how what we feel about ourselves, you know. So not no like they can technically people can like try to make it about someone else, but we give people what we feel about ourselves ultimately. So not really like it's not usually personal. Even if they try and make it personal, it's usually about their own stuff, you know? So yeah, I hope that made sense. You're welcome. Which so good. It's your turn, Stace. So I got Stacey then Aaron. Okay, let's see. Bernie. It's basically saying like you believe in it, it will come. So you believe, you bring that internal belief around it, more money, more fulfillment, finding that like building like a new way of thinking, like yes, I deserve more money, yes, I have more money, yes, this job comes through, and yes, I feel amazing. Does that make sense? So yes, working through your inner dialogue to help you get there. Want to play? If you want to play, I bet you. Yeah, totally. And keep on in that. And you deserve like more money and stuff and this and that. Like yes, and to this expansion. Yeah, and then I got you can work to create new stability within your life. So because it feels like it's like also a part of like a growth opportunity, this money and work stuff. And I think that's why it's directing it back into yourself. But it feels good. It feels very good. To blame. Can't hold their arsenic. Okay, Erin. You're welcome. Big hugs and love. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll put you. I'll put you after Erin again. The only reason I'm doing it this way is because just let me know up front if you want two questions, then I'll put them back to back. Otherwise, I'll just add you to the list after. You would go in the milk run. He ran it from he ran it to lungs. Been there. I bet you know. Okay, lovely. Oh, maybe you're typing. Maybe I'm typing. She's not guilty. No, she loves her. Josie's current energy. Ooh, good question. Okay. Did you do it? Not guilty. So what I get, Erin, is the energy towards you. There is like the first thing I felt actually as I was pulling the cards was like my heart. What did my heart feel? Give me a sec. My heart. I need to pause this song, not quiet it because I love the song. My heart felt like butterflies, which is so interesting. I don't know if a heart can feel butterflies, but I sure did just feel that. So, and then I get some pretty good energy. Like, I think that what I'm gathering is that there's a possibility of like noticing the changes that you've been working on or noticing things. And I saw there's like a level of openness, is what I want to say. There's openness towards like your energy. Does it mean that she's like, yes, no, it doesn't mean that per se. It just means that to me, I gather that there's a level of openness. And again, bringing forward, like if you're to express your feelings, just bringing that openness to her as well so that she has choice and has time. I get something about like time to think about it, like time to integrate, time to think. I don't know. Let me know how that feels and if that answers your question. Oh, man. The eagle. Oh, I see. Follow your pulse. And remember, just releasing any expectation. And if you want to do it for yourself and like give them some space, then yeah, expressing those things can be very good. And then releasing the expectation feels delightful. And yeah. And if you're feeling that pull, that's something to also listen to for yourself, right? Uh, Providing for your needs as well. Because you matter. And, you're welcome. Big love to you, Erin. So good to see you. All right, I got Stacy. Mm. And then my list is open after that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So, lip shits. I'm just trying to figure out this feeling that's here, Stacy. It's like, what's this name? What's this name? It's like I don't even know how to describe this feeling. It's like a drive, like this energy is like a drive or a knowing or a focus or a strong desire or something like that. Like it literally feels like it's in your hands kind of energy. And it feels good. It's kind of like almost aligns with your career, which again makes sense. And I just got a payment for curtain. Got your payment curtain. I got you in for a debrief. You'll be after Stacy here. So yeah, it feels like it's in your hands. It's in your hands. You know how you always put the magician card? Like it literally feels like you want it, you can get it. And like keep pushing past your doubts, fears, worries, or anything like that. Just like know you have it or something like that. Okay, awesome, Brittany. Yeah, so it does feel like it didn't really give me too much confirmation on timeline, but you did ask about that. So to me, the timeline feels like negotiable, and it feels like as soon as you're like really locked into like this is what I want, this is what I have, this is what I'm going for, I'm accepting nothing less, and here it is, and I know it's here. It feels like bam, it feels like I don't know. Let me know. Ooh, yes, good. That's amazing conversation. Conversation. Oh, yes, that's amazing conversation. I mean, confirmation. And so, like, yeah, you there's a possibility. There is that possibility of meeting them in like the next few weeks. Um, and so, like, yeah, just like sitting in that energy, I feel like it's really delish. Keep living in that. Live it, love it, feel it, see it. So I hope that helps, love. Good love. Oh, me too. That would be so fun. That would be so fun. We can have a little celebration here. Just around the river. Sorry, my voice is not fully back, everyone, but um, okay. So I hope that helped with lovely Stace. And yeah, if I'm on here and we're on here and it's your B day, still send B day wishes, but we can always have a little party here. We'll definitely go out and celebrate yourself for sure. Okay, Courtney, let's get ready for your reading. I don't know if you typed it in this thing here. Appreciate you. Too. Oh, that's okay. Oh, you're good. You don't have to type it in there. You can type it here. No problemo. Take your time. So everyone, we're moving into a deep read with Courtney. List is still open if anyone wants to book in for anything. Okay, gotcha. Let me just do one thing quickly here. It was Stace. Okay, clarity, what's going on with my connection machine? Okay. Let's see if they're going to call it again. Okay. Good song, right? This is for you, Courtney. This is for Shane. It's it was like kind of the I'll share you the parts that resonated with me. It's called Waving Through a Window. It's from a musical. From listening to music CD. Window. But basically, the essence of what was coming forward from your question. Oh, I didn't start it. From your question, from the energy coming forward, and also what came forward in the card. It's basically saying like, if you've ever gone and stepped outside and got burnt, then you don't go out ever again. And like to me, what I gathered from that was like things were good and then cold again is when it goes good, when it gets good and there's feelings involved, it's like, nope, I'm not going yet. And it's sort of this like inner saboteur kind of coming forward for Shane's energy that feels like protective ultimately. And like it literally was like talking about being burned, and then it was like, bam, and it goes like things are good, you know, there's like fire energy, there's burning energy, there's awesome energy, and then like takes us out of that because it feels like for Shane, he's on a journey to like really tap into his emotions more, and it just kind of feels like his emotions sort of cause him to be more reactive and sort of like inner saboteur, like kind of take things away before there's any chance of getting hurt, even if he wasn't going to get hurt. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. And that's the first question. Then I can pull some more energy or some more cards here. You can see the energy more, but that's kind of like, yeah. So very interesting with that song coming on. Okay. Around really being invited to like a really good new path, and you have to find the courage himself, to be able to allow himself good things. Like, again, like a safe space for him was great that he opened up. Yeah. It feels like he's on a journey. Like, this feels like he kind of like has these like hiccups. I'm gonna call them hiccups for right now. It kind of feels like a hiccup energy where he like goes forward and hiccups himself like that. So, like, like this and so it kind of feels like he experienced him experience like hiccups. But it also he's here, like he is being called to allow himself to live, like being called to express himself more, being called to a new way of life that is good. And he's being called into that and he's gathered hiccups. Like, and the hiccups are that cold energy, if that makes sense. Hey Mel, good to see you. It's been a while. So things have changed now. It's either if you want to subscribe, you can ask one free question for live. Talk to your subscribers, get two free questions. So that's my timer. And then it's otherwise it's $5 for a question and 32 for a deep read. And then I'm just in a deep read with Courtney at the moment, but the list is open. Let me see what else comes forward here, Courtney. And if you have other questions, let me know. Yeah, like you're basically like I gather. Yeah, I think that I don't know for sure, but I believe I put the gift here as like an it would get close to being $5 if you're comfortable with that. Just let me know. So it feels like I paused the timer, Courtney, for a second. I'll say some stuff before I put the timer back on again because I've just kind of been doing some things. But you are a source. You are a source of hope, light in this new foundation for him. But it stresses him out because he kind of ultimately doesn't feel that he like deserves it, and so it kind of like he definitely has a pretty big discrepancy in his ability to receive love for sure. Get worried because it's hard to know when there's no communication. Absolutely, but yeah, yes, like absolutely, like I want to validate that and also say, yeah, I started the timer again. I just need to get out of leeway since I was talking about this for a second, but it feels to me that no communication is actually like totally, Courtney. You are a sense of stability and safety, and it kind of feels like he's like not oh, sorry, what TikTok's doing something. TikTok, what is going on? Hello? Here we go. Oh, thanks, Mel. I'm going to pause the timer again for a second. Something happened with my thing, and got you, Mel. That was really cool. Thank you. So yeah, Courtney, I do get that you're that sensation, or that sense. You're like definitely a huge lesson point for him. There's a part of me in his energy where he has so much room for growth, and he has a lot of stuff to work through. That like, not that he can't miss anything, he just has choice. It's almost like there's a part of me that feels he might not be fully ready at this moment to gain that courage. Like, this stuff takes time, right? So hard when I talk to salesmen and I mean, you're doing a great job. Let me just say, Courtney, your energy, like that you're doing a really great job. And you're being very mindful about yourself, your energy, how he processes things, and if he doesn't, if you're being very mindful, you're doing really great things. And his lack of communication says so much, right? Like when people retreat or ghost or take some time or something, if they don't say like if they don't tell you like, hey, I need some time, and they just kind of do it, and it's his level of connection or how much space he has to connect deeper with his emotional self and his worthiness. So when he kind of goes, you're next now, but this is a deep brief. You probably have like 6 minutes or so. Yeah, yeah, he did have those afterwards. Yeah, that's really great. I think that's that for him. I love that he apologizes. It's just like the hiccups. They have this hiccup energy. It wasn't still going. It doesn't mean it's just helpless. I don't get that. It's just that like he's got quite a bit of and ultimately within his like being good and then like kind of retreating instead of being in that favorite energy, but the pickup energy, feels like there's still quite a piece of always like you have the choice of like, continuously check in with yourself first of all to see if your needs are being met enough. Always do that for anyone and everyone. But in this, it feels like he's got quite some room to grow, and you get to decide, is that okay? Like, am I okay with the fact that he might have a few more hiccups, right? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, sounds good. Sounds Yeah, he sort of fights. He fights this connection that he has with you a little bit, and fights himself on it. He kind of talks. It's like it's like he talks himself out of things subconsciously, especially now that I think of it. Oh, maybe it. Oh, makes sense. I wonder if something that oh, cute, sounds good now. Um, yeah, and so you get to decide if you're okay with that. Because to me, it feels like where his energy is right now, so much in like growth, like the stages of growth. And it's not that there's no growth, it's not that it's helpless, it's not that it's hopeless, it's just like it might take time, it might be, and like he ultimately in the end, if he's not ready, he's not ready, right? But at this time, I do gather some of it understanding that the if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, transformation into integrity itself and like the journey itself is also feels for you as well, which is very interesting. And I'm trying to feel more. It is just for you. It's just for both of you. Really, like you not just do it, but in general, it feels like you're really changing things for yourself. You're like moving into your integrity more. You're stepping into your wisdom more. You feel like you feel very joyful. Yes, like exactly what that woman did. Like, oh, yeah, and you know what's interesting about from this experience of yes it also feels that like you're transcending a lot of other things through this experience. Like this experience is going to how to say, the lessons you're learning and the things that you're doing will transpire past this. Like you have to focus on the next because you're teaching yourself that have heard yourself or other um, and that becomes good. So that's really like that whole confirmation. Yeah, you're calling your power in. Yeah, and you're healing generational stuff. That's literally what you're talking about. There is an offering for yourself as well. And this is possibly presented. Maybe this is good, but there is an offering of like, oh, interesting. Okay. There is something coming forward here. Let me know if you have another question for you, but there is something coming forward here to focus. So it's like ultimately allowing yourself to receive a very safe and secure man, your specific person. Um, it says that allow yourself to receive a really secure person. And get, like you're still learning the lesson either way, whatever you decide to think, however you move through um, his stuff, like that, that's interaction, that very energy, and also if you go through this, regardless of what happens and what it does, like just understanding that you are allowed to have a very safe, secure, loving, beautiful, and it's not saying it's not him, it's not saying it's not saying it's necessarily someone you or someone negative, it's just saying in general, understanding of that, you will start to feel like that. So, some things like, I hope it's not just thing. It's not, you're correct. Yeah, feels really good. And then there's like about a yeah, keep moving yourself out of old habits and keep moving forward into your wisdom and stuff because yeah, you're definitely affecting people around you in a really good way and you're really growing in yourself, which is very beautiful. Aw. I'm so happy you connected with me. You're so amazing. Yay. Lots of love. Okay, so so how now now I'm gonna look at now it's gonna be if anyone's here and wants to questions or there might be some things I'm not sure I'm not ready. Um I got you, Samantha, for a second question. We can step into that. Oh, perfect. Oh, cute. I love that. We can do yours right now. I think Mel still needs a minute, so we can go to oops to Sam's question. Is that the same person or a different person? This is a different person. Not the same guy. Got you. Okay. No, yeah, you're all good. Oh wait, not the same guy, correct? Just want to make sure I'm feeling that right. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting how this keeps coming out for you. Um, it's basically talking about you creating a new foundation for yourself, like you stepping into a new spark within yourself. Right? Totally. I hear you. I hear you. And like you're doing amazing. And it basically to me says like an essence of like letting go and sort of like creating space. And in it talks a lot here about like stepping into new, yeah, like starting new foundations, new energy, new desires, and releasing things and like trusting that what is yours will be no matter what. So it does to me kind of feel like another release point possibility, and you get to choose, but that's just what's here. So let me know how that feels. Yeah. Hey Frank, thanks for being here. Make sure to read my little cute thing here too on how it works in space too. I don't know if I can pin this here. Oh, I can. I can pin this. Ooh. Yay. Lots of love to you, Sam. You've got this bean. Oh, yeah, my laundry. Oh, maybe I'll go check on the laundry actually while I'm reading for now. 444. Foundation. That's foundation energy. Shit. Shit. You got four. You got three fours, actually. Wow. Cute. Um, so I don't have anyone else. There is some space before Mel still, I believe, people. So if anyone does want to book in for a question or a deep read, you can do so. I might go check on my laundry quickly. It'll take me 2 seconds. So I'll just pause the timer. Maybe I'll go pee and stuff too. Um, I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're saying, Frank. But I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some more water. I'm gonna switch over my laundry. It'll literally be like 2 minutes. I'll be right back, everyone. See you in 2 minutes or so. Be right back. Hello, everyone. Sorry, well, I'm back. Just did a few little things. Actually, maybe what I'll do. Aw, yeah, we can pay for a reading. Perfect. Actually, that's totally fine. I was just gonna do something, but it doesn't. This is perfect. It works. So yes, we can do a reading. Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I didn't mean to scare you. But let's get some more clarity. Okie dokie. Alrighty. So I actually have some space right now, Brenda, so we can jump right in if that works. Oh, you're back. Okay, awesome. Aw, I'm sorry, Brenda. I'm sorry, Brenda. Big love. Okay. Um, quick question. Quick question. If it's for super quick, yeah, we're gonna tap in. Brenda, I see you and I hear you. I'm here with you. Mel is asking just for a question, and she was technically before you. I was just kind of waiting. Want If you want me to jump right in with you, Brenda, I can for a deep read, or if you're okay with me just answering. Okay, perfect. Okay, okay, gotcha. So Mel, I'll get to yours right now. Okay, sounds good. Okay, perfect. Can you tell me more about the Alex Genuine? Yeah, of course. Of course. I got you, Brenda. I'm glad you came back on. Okay. So Mel, Alex Genuine wants with okay, Alex. Okay, so feels like Alex's energy. Okay, give me 1 sec with this just to see. Um, Let me know if this resonates or not now. And so does it feel like for you, if you can confirm this or not, I'm not sure. Um, let's not stand here, sorry, friends. I appreciate you being here. Sure. I'm just here for the space here. So with Alex's energy, it feels like there's room for growth around like it feels like there's like stress around fulfillment. It feels like there's stress around and to me there's some generational stuff that sort of is in Alex's energy that sort of blocks them essentially, not blocks, it's a big word, but essentially blocks them from like really stepping into really good things for themselves. Does that resonate with you at all? That doesn't say the intention, but it's just that energy. Okay. So let me see. Yeah, to me there's intention of good stuff and just like the thing that comes through with Alex is like they really need to gain the courage to follow through with this. Like they really need to tap into their emotional and fiery selves and their integrity to be able to get themselves through this. I feel like the intention is there. It's just I feel like there could be more opportunity for Alex to really tap into like where some of these like either like these like running away or these blockages come from for them to really get to a place of like fulfillment. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense to me based on what's here. So just within that information coming forward now, like we ultimately all have choice. So you have a choice whether you're okay with like dealing with or like not dealing with it. It kind of feels a little bit like dealing with it. It might there might be some it might be quite significant these challenges. Like they might come forward. The intention's there, but I don't know. I don't pull on too much awareness of getting through it, which could cause some like, repeated patterns and frustrations that keep happening. So ultimately, it's up to you. But I don't know. I hope that answers you're always stressed, and your choice is yours, your path is yours, and our relationships essentially more than less are here to add to our lives, not add stress, add like to our lives, right? And yeah, and you want to also have someone step up for you, right? So you get to choose within that, but our relationships are meant to allow us to flourish, not necessarily stress us out. But I know sometimes things take time. I know relationships go through a lot of stuff. Just I'd have to. That would be another question, love. I'd have to tap in deeper. If you wanted to do a little bit of a deeper reading, let me know. Or another question, let me know because I'd have to tap in further for that. Hi, Karen. And then Brenda. Brenda, you're next, love. Yay. Okay, perfect. Okay. And then, are you okay, Mel, if we do tap into either another question, or if you agree to do it after Brenda's, just like keep the order? Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll put you down. Alrighty, Brenda. Okay, so we're moving into Brenda's debrief. Okay, moving forward, intentions and decisions. Gotcha, Brenda. And I will work to ask them to do as much as possible. Eat our together. Okay, alrighty. Yeah. Just tapping into the energies around it. I need to switch my music. I haven't started the timer yet. Um, I mean, like, I think you like healing. Yeah. Okay. 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 So just really quickly before I pull some more cards, um, here and I'll start my timer now. It's like okay, so it basically is saying something here of, we talked about how he missed you and how he reached out and how you might have to still withhold your boundaries upon the next like point of contact possibly. And what I get from that, the first thing that comes forward is he's gonna try, not because he's like he's gonna try to push or move around your boundary, but like he knows it's not that like I don't get like he's like giving up per se or saying a yes. I'm not saying anything about his response quite yet. But the first thing that came forward before I tapped in was that I think it's just like with the boundary thing is that he knows that he might try. You know what I mean? You know how some people when they're like if they're feeling like they're not fully ready to make a decision, as an example, this is just an example. Like if you're not fully there, you're like, ugh, like there's a sense of like frustration around the decision, and you just want to talk, right? Like, right. It could be something like that. It could be something like that where he steps into almost exactly what you're just saying there. He steps into like these like the emotion of making things feel better, making the situation, trying to make the situation feel better without like just in general, and it comes out of his own insecurity for him to be able to like step up, question mark. Trying to see what this is a little bit more here. Like I still feel like he has a lot of stress around the situation, and he definitely misses you. I get that. He has a lot of stress around his ability to step up. And so to me, again, that's not necessarily like a bad energy or a good energy. It's just an energy that's here, which I'm going to tap into like further to make sure I'm like moving to the question. But it kind of came forward here as well as what came forward in my like notes. Um, and I want to go into like intention and decision. I want to tap into like where he lies within that. Gonna go past his like current stressors and things like that. Like I just think he really doubts himself. Like he interesting, yeah. Again, this is you holding your boundaries again. And I think that it helps him like get real with himself more. Like it's not that he's not taking it seriously, it just like there's an essence of balancing out his ish. Like, like through you holding a boundary, it sort of like puts him into a space of like not that he doesn't value your voice, not that he doesn't believe you. It's just there's a part of him that wants to like sort of fight that, just ever so slightly because I do feel like he still has a lot of room to gain the courage for this kind of shift in his life and to like stand in his own, like inner wisdom. Like I do get he really wants it, right? I do get that. I get that he holding a mirror to him. Yeah, yeah, totally. I do get that he like really he has a strong desire for you, and it's just these negative thoughts. Like he just like so many negative thoughts that essentially like yes, of course they're his own, but essentially these thoughts don't even feel good. Um, it is an intense people. It is such a voice, like almost like these like all of these external things are sort of like really great attributors to this lifestyle energy. Just some deep breathing right now. Make sure to check my little thing to see how it works. It's yeah, he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants, and he doubts himself, and still is like this path of getting there has been slow, slow. Um, and wow, 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 wow. So this is like, and let me know if you have more questions, Brenda, but this is like the energy holds like towards you, like it's like he does have the ability, he does have the desire and the curiosity around stepping forward and taking the steps into your open heart. Like he does, this desire has shown up quite a few times. So it does feel like that. But then, and on top of that, again, he doubts his ability to do that. Faith is a good person. So like you, for himself and for you. Because it takes, he's got this, all these doubts he's got to work through. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff he has to work through to be able to get to the place. And like he also has this thing coming forward about like um, and you are open and Um, he has some stuff around the family stuff, so he doesn't do that in here too. And he doubts his ability to kind of like it all work out. Like I feel like he's other things and this stuff. Um, but it also feels like to me if he was to make this decision, like, he could absolutely work through that. Like he could work through that. So yeah, lots of energy and like there's desire and lots of energy and concentration about this music, about like saying yes to it, you know? It really has to make sense. Yeah. This stuff that he tells us and good. Yeah. So I think that yeah, let me know if that makes sense. And then it goes to the pause the timer. Is it working? I don't know if you're typing. Maybe you're doing something. I just pause the timer to make sure that you're still here. Oh, there we go. So going to my boundaries would be beneficial for other. Good question. Oh, so you, um, what's that? Like, would it be beneficial for everyone if we see each other but for everyone? Yeah, because you essentially told him, or he told him that, you know, he steps up or you hope that you don't want to like, yeah, you don't want to be a friend, you don't want to be talking. Um, yeah. So the first thing that comes forward, and I'll pull some cards to confirm this, and then I'll start the timer in a second. But is holding your boundary, right? Which is like you saying like this is a possibility. Like this is kind of like the what they're sort of bringing forward. Like essentially something like if he tries to see you and he's like kind of going around conversation, and you kind of see that it's bringing forward this energy of like, I would love to see you. I love your energy coming forward. I just really want to make sure that you heard me, you know, and so that could be this boundary setting thing that's coming up. It could be something like that as an example. It's really to me talking about like even if it hurts, like really standing in what you said because when you know boundaries can be hard and they can sometimes cause for a little bit of like hurt at first potentially. But it's like proving so many or showing so many things. It's showing to him how serious you are, and it's showing to yourself that you know you're. And I know you know this for yourself, but you should. Like, showing yourself that you know you're worthy of this like joy, this healing, this like this coming through. Like you're worthy of this, yes. Um, and that you won't accept anything else. And like it's not necessarily like it's not necessarily saying that it will cause a delay of it feeling that. It just feels like there might be some essence coming forward where you really set your boundaries and then the timeline, how do I say this? Like if this energy comes forward where you have to reset your boundaries, um, it like you might need to like take that in. If that makes sense. If I'm saying it right. Like you might need some time to really take that in. And your potential, and this is all, remember, this is just a possibility, but this is what's coming forward is that there's a potential that, you know, if it does come forward, you have to reset your boundaries, it can cause you some possible like uncomfortability or maybe even some like a feeling is of feeling hurt potentially. And it's like, keep going towards what you want because you deserve it. There is an essence of like, that he has the ability to do this, you know, like he does have the ability to step in. He does. He just has to like believe it within himself, which hopefully he can do, but it is like the possibility is there. He's wearing himself down a little bit through this change, but he absolutely has the ability to navigate um, this like transformation with himself. Because remember, oh, I'm sorry, Brenda. You know, I don't know if it's a good cry or a bad cry because to me this just feels very much like you laying a foundation for your deserve level, right? And him needing to really honor that and really respect that. You know what I mean? And it's not that he doesn't; he totally respects you. Um, because I completely see myself resetting my boundaries even on her. Yeah, aw, yeah. That's what that feels like. Yeah, but like you're so worthy of being stepped up for. He knows this too. And it's not that he's like coming in with ill intention or anything like that. I feel like he's still navigating his confidence around like his energy, your energy, his decision. And it feels like it's really calling for him to like get ready, dude. Like, a lot of the times, and this is where the whole decision thing comes in, right? Whereas like I'm sure the universe for me many times has been like, girl, you're ready, you're ready, you're ready, you're ready. And I was like, and like not that I caused delays per se, but like I had to give myself time to really hear that and really believe that and really step into that. Does that make sense how I'm describing that? Because I kind of feels like his energy a bit, and so I'm trying to give like an example of like what's coming forward. So let me know if that makes sense. Hi, Danny Bear. Good to see you. Oh, oops. Yeah, of course you can, Brenda. Oh, oh, absolutely. Oops, yeah. Aww, big hugs to Brenda. Hi, Danny Bear. Good to see you. I'm on TikTok as well as Twitch and YouTube. Hmm. That's kind of the feeling that like if your intuition is feeling that, that's what's coming up here as well, I guess. And I don't know if your intuition felt that before we did the reading or during the reading or something. Um, Good question. Okay, let's see. A great question, Trevor. Okay, let's see. And then my timer did go off, but let's do this question and then we'll check in. Um, I thought you said, will I see him again? But if you're asking when, so. Okay, it is bringing forward this potential. Just I'm still getting to that. Okay, we're getting there. 6. Did you get 6 before? You got 6 again. Yeah. 6 into this. Just trying to get for confirmation. Okay. Yeah. 6 or 7, yeah. It is showing the possibility of him choosing it. Um, but yeah, the energies that have come forward are like literally. Oh, you got 3 6s. You got 3 6s. So that I was asking for just a little confirmation. And it does feel like if there is this possible delay, of course, everything's a possibility. He can change things like that, but this is what we're pulling on right now. Um, and so if there is a delay, the response here is almost like 6 after that, if that makes sense. And I just want to share too, Brenda, like there is a lot of energy towards, there's a lot of energy and it does take his choice, right? And his belief in himself to have the courage to step into what he wants, right? So it does take him to choose it. There's quite a bit of energy that wants to have this week to possibly have some sort of like response or some sort of like energy between you two this week, and then it's almost like a week after that again is the possibility or something like that. What's six? No, 6 today. So does that make sense? I'm kind of like feel out what I just told you in the calendar. Let me know if that makes sense, though, and then I'll just like double check the calendar. Yeah. Yeah. It's so interesting to me. The sixth that is after the possible reset of boundaries. It's like it doesn't feel like 3 weeks. It feels almost a little longer, but you can sort of sit with that for now. Comfortable with that because it's not like you're intense. It's not 6 months. But 6 weeks. It feels closer to 6 days, but it's also telling me maybe want like this. Like I feel shorter than what it feels like. So I don't know. But 6 days is the only thing that doesn't feel in existence. No. So it's the first 6 or 7 is to me um, having to do with like in the next week, possibly having to reset your boundaries as a possibility. And then after this week, it's like there's another week on top of that after. So almost like 2 weeks. Let me know if that makes sense. And it's so interesting to me, Brenda, because 6 weeks feels too long, 6 months feels way too long, 6 days feels short, but it's giving me six. And so I'm just a little curious about why the 6 days feels the closest to me, but it still feels different. So it's like 6 days feels the best after the reset time, but it's kind of hovering over it. Hi, Angie. Nope, the list isn't. Oh, Mel, did you book? No, list isn't on there. You might either potentially be next, or if Mel, I don't know if Mel booked. Double check. But you might be next or one after. Actually, if you wanted. Yeah, well, let me know if that sort of it would be tough with that six, but it does feel like first things still stands, and then after that kind of yeah, like in the next week you might have to set your boundaries as an example, and then a week after it translates more into the possibility of taking each other up at the same time. Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm glad you came back on. And how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And then list is open, everybody. Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay. Oh, I'm glad. Boom, 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 boom. Aw, preparing you for the possibility and like all the love in the world to you, Brenda. Aw, aw, oh, well, your energy is amazing, Brenda. It's very nice sharing this space with you. Open up to all the possibilities, you know. You're welcome. Lots of love. Okay, sounds good, Jess. So there's a few people that were inquiring. I don't know if Mel, I don't see another payment from Mel, so I'm not sure if Mel still wants to book either for another question or I don't know. So Mel, if you're here, please let me know. And then we have the potential of yes, no pressure. Saying no pressure. I'm gonna put the question mark for now. I don't know what she wants to say. Angie for questions. Gotcha. Gotcha. Lovely, Angie. Okay, so I've got Angie for a question. And then I don't think Mel is still here, so I'm gonna take you off unless you're here. Let me know. And then I got Angie for a question, then Jess if you're looking at Olivia after. All right, it goes back to Olivia. So for Angie, let me see if we can get a question here for it. Oh, there we go. I see it. I see it now. Okay, let's tap in. You're here, right, Angie? Can you send me a heart to let me know or anything? Oh, okay. Mhm. Okay, great. Oh, okay. I love the okay, got you, Jess. Perfect. Got you, Jess. So you'll be after Angie, and Angie just has a question here, and then um, you're after. So I'm just picking up on the message, and there's cards here, Angie. Um, it feels like it feels like how do I say this? It's like it feels like I'm gonna just try and say something, but bear with me as I like get the whole message out, Angie. But it feels like he's he like is trying to take steps to find clarity. He's trying to take steps. That sounded wrong. But, you know, he's trying to take steps towards like believing in commitment for himself. Like I feel like he's essentially what I feel like might be going on. Let me know how this feels, and let me know if I'm making any sense. Is it feels like it's like he's like he's trying to use his actions to help facilitate this desire and need and his desire for more within himself. He's like trying to take these actions and steps to help the internal side follow through. Um, like more like I gather that the desire to sorry, this is hard for me to say, but kind of I'm gonna make sure that what I say feels right and that you understand what I'm trying to say. We'll make sure of that. So not only you can it feels like not necessarily testing the water. Um, okay, so his internal system around romance and commitment, there's like some stuff. Like there's some like fears and there's some stuff that's like there for him in terms of in terms of like commitment or something. And the sensation of feeling free in connection, like there might be some like trauma. And it feels like to me, you know, the desire is there to want to get to the place of like getting to more commitment totally. And it shows up here, by the way. It shows up here. Like it literally says here. And like so it's like it's a little bit more than testing the water, but it's like he's trying to take the action steps to get himself to like just like fix the fear. Where to me it feels a little bit like he's still going internal, very important. And it's not that he doesn't want to go internal, but he doesn't how. And so it's like he's trying to get his actions to help him heal that. Does that make sense? And it just to me feels like hopefully he can direct these actions into inner work as well for this to like really follow through. Does this make sense? Oh, I hope this makes a little bit of sense. If not, don't worry. If you're like, nope, doesn't make sense. Don't be afraid to say that. But um, yeah, so it's like to me, if I need to answer your question and make sure that it lands, it's like I feel like he has the desire and intention to want to get to commitment, but he still has a lot of internal work to do around following through that home for himself and possibly for you. So there might still be some like, "Ugh, ugh, ugh," but if he has a desire, that's cute. Having a desire is good, and hopefully he can reflect out external actions inside to help support that. Does that make sense? Oh, it's very complex. It's like very deep. So um, yeah. So he still, what I gather is he still has those fears, right? The fears still exist. The inner turmoil around commitment still exists. But he's like trying to take some steps to get through that, and hopefully he can succeed by connecting it to his inner, like to talking to himself, to talking through his fears, to figuring that out. Because if he doesn't, it might cause for like in the future. But hopefully his desire can translate into internal work as well around it. So yeah, I hope that helps them. And I really hope that I answered your question. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, good. See you, Angie. And then Jess, you are. Hi, Salami. Thanks for being here. If you're new to this space, if anyone's new to this space, if you subscribe, you don't have to. If you subscribe, you get one free question per live. Top tier subscribers gets two free questions. Excuse me, back to back per live. Um, and it's $5 for a question, or 32 for free. You can gift that for a question as well. And then, okay, in a general. Okay, so how do I want this? I'm gonna pull some cards and see. My initial desire is to do like the general, but I'm also feeling a big pull to the relationship. So let me see what the cards bring out first. Jess. Okay. Okay, you got it. I feel like it all relates. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I haven't started the timer yet, Jess. I'll start the timer when I really want it. Oh, so really coming forward. So still taking things in. I'll make sure to communicate better. Sorry, I'm still tapping in. I promise I'll check in with you. They're giving me information and I want to make sure I'm landing with it before I communicate. And then I'll start the timer once I land in it and start communicating it in a more effective way. Okay. Ooh, big one. Fresh. Oh, whoa. What is this for? Why is my prefrontal cortex? Yeah, put up. Thinking. Oddly, this is so weird. So my prefrontal cortex, which is like basically responsible for like thought, ultimately, um, for like working through things, and it's lighting up, but it's talking about your voice still. So it's very interesting. And I think what I'm getting here overall is like a belief in your voice. Yeah, that could make sense. But and yes, like yes, if that could be why they're lighting that up as well for sure, because that's where it does go is here when we overthink. Okay, so basically the first thing that's coming up, and I feel like we'll get into maybe the overthinking in a bit. So I'm going to start my timer now because I'm on something. Um, so it feels like essentially there's a lot of conversation here, and it's come forward twice in two separate polls of cards. Is ultimately the deep understanding and acting and speaking from knowing that your needs can be met and they're supposed to be met. I mean, people can't always provide everything for us all the time, but like essentially there's a really big like push forward into the expression of your needs and knowing that they can be met. I don't know, does that resonate with you at all? Like that's the first thing that comes forward. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay. And it feels big, it feels huge in a good way that like this exercising of expressing your needs and like trusting it. I had something come forward and I don't know if this is exactly what you would be thinking or saying to a T, but it basically said like, but nobody's really like, this might be a deep thought, this might be deep subconscious where like, well, no one has met my needs before, so my needs don't matter or something. Like it's like a very deep thing that maybe I don't know if you have that conversation with yourself, but I don't know if there was like, okay, okay, because it's time, like with like a sense of like empowerment, it's coming forward that like, oh no, hold on a second here, self. People can absolutely fulfill my needs. And like I always say things or I want to say things like your needs matter, they do, FYI. But it's going further than that. It's saying like it's going one step past you even being like my needs matter and being like, no, people will meet my needs. Like it's being very like directive. This energy is very directive of like my needs are going to be met. End of story. And it's almost like the encouragement that that's just what it is. It's like the needs are that they matter that much that like they're gonna get met. I don't know. It feels very like yeah, very like directive, very like job energy. I trying to say the energy on it. No way. Okay. Okay. And to me, this does tie into the possibility of the romance that you're talking about as well, because it feels connected to romance. But this feels like a lesson that transfers into romance, like life, career, family, like other areas ultimately. I think probably very specific. But this like matter energy with like vengeance, a good energy, good vengeance. It's like exact, oh my gosh, exactly just because it transfers into all these other areas as well. Hi, Millie. $85 per question, 32 for a TV, or if you subscribe to one free questions alive or tap your subscribe to two questions back alive. I paused the timer for that, Jess. So yes, Jess, it feels like a huge, and they're also saying, Jess, like slow and steady wins the race, but at the same time, it's so funny. They're saying slow and steady wins the race. Like maybe there's an element of exercise and patience yourself and for it to show up in your external world. But it's very interesting that they're just like mining matter interested, and like whether or not that's the energy that is coming forward in your relationship as well, like whether you said that or whether that's coming up for you, it feels like the possibility of you being very direct with that. Okay, you're welcome, Mary. Appreciate you. Um, yeah, like it's like I feel like it's sort of asking for a calling and for you to take steps. So say against the race, but also like being direct feels good in its energy. Where you're like, this is what I want, this is what it is. And like of course when we have other people, like yes, with collaboration, right? Like all yes, relationships take two. I get that. But again, your life lesson, the thing that you're talking about that yes, absolutely was like the truth of yourself coming forward and mattering. Yeah, it feels like it just like it changes your life. Like it's huge. It changes your life. It might take some time for the external world of relationship to mirror that as you exercise that for yourself. But it can definitely it can happen, and it can happen. I don't know. So let me try and tap into your like relationship energy if you want. Okay. Okay. So if you give me 1 second, this is very very body feeling based for me for this thing. I really have to connect to my what's going on. Um, okay, the first thing that's coming forward for the relationship itself is saying that this is uh, it's a big moment for you to exercise this. It's like this relationship came into your life to help you strengthen this for yourself. And it sounds like you're already stepping in for yourself, so that's huge. It's amazing. Like go you. Yes, 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 yes. And it feels like it could be one of those. It could be one of those like if someone was to call it a like karmic kind of relationship. I don't know if you understand that or not, and I don't really fully adhere to that, but I get it. I get it. It's like we're possibly talking about like a karmic where you are here to teach your to help yourselves elevate. And there's potential. Of course, we always want to allow space for anything to come forward, but there is a potential that's coming forward here where it might be one of those, and then you learn from each other, and there's a possibility coming forward that you grow maybe even out of it in a way that you're like that feels better for you. Does that make sense? It's really helping you. It's really helping you understand and get see exactly what you're looking for. But yeah, it does kind of feel a bit karmic at this moment, if that makes sense for you. It doesn't mean that because if you choose or he chooses to switch, then that can change everything. But right now, it feels like that a little bit. And a huge opportunity for you to call your power in. Huge. And like, yeah, and like change the cycle of either like colder energy from men or people, right? Like it's like you have the ability to change this and receive exactly what you're looking for. There's a lot of really beautiful energy here, just for you with this like sense of you connect with this inner wisdom within yourself and I know it's saying soul and city, so this is very interesting how this is coming out. But when you really click into this, it's gonna change things. Like it might take some time to build the call your power. It might take some time possibly to build this relationship with your needs. Okay, that might take some time. And then as soon as you locked in enough for yourself, then it just like changes everything. And it's like big, yeah, I know. Oh, totally. And big hugs for that. You're doing a really great job. And I think that's why they're saying like with this like slow and steady wins the race, is like giving yourself time to reset, giving yourself time to like, I need a minute. giving yourself time to breathe and connect to your own energy again, and then entering into things when you're in that place where you're being centered, you're grounded in your power, and it can help sort of because if a lot of your energy is getting directed outwards, they're asking for you to direct that inwards and like just a sec, everyone, if you want, right? Like, give me a sec. I need to get in tune with myself here, and then when you find these moments of self, like things can happen a little bit less exhausting. Does that make sense? But yes, totally. Both can be. Yeah, and I think they're not very specifically thing for a free, but yes, that could be a general thing for everyone, but not very specific. They're telling me that like, this is specific for Jess. Like, sure, this can resonate with other people. Sure, this might have been said, but they're like, don't, this is for you. Like, get back in touch with yourself and do it during this process as much as you can. And, like, care for yourself, you know? Oh, you know? Okay. Yeah, this is for you. And then there's time for another question or something, right? But let me know how you feel later if you want me to um, tap into anything. Yeah, that's kind of grounding, grounding self, centering self, centering self. Okay, well, um, let me know how I can help you because to me, I feel like you are in the midst of shifting your world. You're shifting you're changing, you're shifting your internal connection to romance and to romantic partners. Like you're in the middle of elevating your yourself and your romantic story and these other areas. Like you're basically in this version of elevating self. So let me know how I can support you on like I don't know which aspect about the loss, so I'd love to help to see if I can support that. But you're absolutely to me. I'm like, yay, like, and of course it's not always easy going through the lessons of trust. Totally get that. Yeah, humanhood, right? But it to me this feels very significant and very beautiful in terms of like keep aiming towards having your needs met and the answers will come forward. But if you like need some help and I can help you with that sense of loss, let me know. Oh, shoot. And then anyone else that's here, my list is open after Jess, but I'm just gonna make sure Jess and I connect and that things make sense and um hey, that's up to you. You know, here's what's coming forward around that. If your intuition and your inner sensations are how do I say this, are telling you to move on, or there's like really strong feelings that you're like, shit, I don't know, maybe I should. Really sit with that. Ultimately you do have choice and I don't want to make choices for you, but I'm going to share what's coming forward and see if I can help give some more clarity and it might take some time to get there, but we'll get there. Is you ultimately have choice in this. This is your path of growth, and if you have these sensations deep in your feeling, deep in your knowing, deep in your intuition, validating your intuition is also a really beautiful step to valuing your needs, right? And voicing your needs by following through for yourself. And sometimes, as much as it can suck to, release something and release the potential of something, it's like what's being offered to you right now, is it enough? And how has it been? Like, has it been really shaky? Has it been really off? Have I felt really stressed out this whole time? Do I feel good in that? Like, does being stressed out make me feel good? I'm like, do I feel safe in this? And, the thing, yeah. And so I'm kind of getting a sensation, it's up to you, yes, this is completely up to you. I'm getting a sensation of validate your intuition and validate your needs, and it starts with you validating your own. Does it mean you have to break up with them? No, you don't have to as long as you continue to exercise. But it does feel a little bit like be mindful of your energy. You can, I'm pretty sure I got your point. And what more can we say to support you? Um, I know that relationships can take up the work, and I understand that it takes work to put things in, but what are you receiving? When you put in the work, if you wanted to have another conversation, Jess, and see how the conversation goes, and give it some time to see if it gets reflected back to you and actually gets like listened to, you can do that, right? Like if you want to have a conversation with them, say this is what I need, and if it doesn't get followed through, you can make your decision from there. And also, if your intuition is screaming at you, you can do things right away. If, you know, does that make sense? I feel like if you're unsure and you're a little confused, maybe seeing if you can have a conversation and see if your needs get met. That could be a good step question mark, and it's your choice. But let me know. Hey, Jen, I'll put it down. I have Priscilla for a debrief first, Jen, and then can I do your question after? If you want? And I just want to check in here with. Yeah, totally. Okay, sounds good, Jen. Yeah, so I hope that that helped a bit, Jess, with any of the feeling lost. But yeah, let me know. And then Kershilla, if you're here, you're next. Oh yay! You're right away. Okay, so I have Priscilla for a degree, and then Jen for a question after. We turn my fan on. We turn my fan on. I'll leave this on. Check. Am I ready? My language. Oh, general. Yes. It wasn't. Okay. General. General instruction. Got it. So I'm stepping into a deep read with Priscilla, everybody. And then I think we'll have a few spots open. If you want to go, you can still look. A few spots are open. At Priscilla for deep read, Jen for a question, and then a few spots. If someone wants to, if not, then we'll just do two. So hold on. So interesting. So Priscilla, the first thing that's coming forward, which is so interesting to me, 'cause I remember your previous reading, like your previous reading is coming forward, from what I thought of. Does it make sense to you? It might not make sense, but just let me know. Does it make sense to you that there's like a strong ego around you? I don't know. Is this energy specifically is like work or love or something? Okay, okay, okay. Because it's and I don't know if this person is male or female, but the energy is giving like good man, like I'm a good man, and I have an ego or something. And again, it's not to be a man. It's just like it is kind of a masculine energy, but it doesn't have to. I have masculine energy, be it, so we all do. But anyway, so the ego is it's very interesting that it's coming forward first. Um, it doesn't have to be a man, remember, but ego is big ego. Some of the people in their masculine energy. it's interesting. It feels more work, but it feels like that might be something like a part of your healing or something. Like to me, it might be through work as an example, but it also feel like there might be more of this that's either happened in your past or maybe potentially more that comes up. It kind of feels like a portion of like a potential like lesson within yourself, which we can look into if you want. Um, so it might show up in a few different areas, or it might have shown up in a few areas, or it might show up in a few areas, but there's definitely something here that feels bigger than just like one aspect. Okay, let's do it. Let's tap in. Let's see. It almost feels like would family make sense for sure? It feels like deep rooted to me, which feels like a lesson. So we'll figure it out. It'll come forward. To some capacity. Interesting. Okay. Oh, does the family thing come forward at all? Or like in your past, did you experience a lot of ego in your past from someone or something? I have more, but I just want to make sure that I'm not just running down a path nowhere before I tap into that. Okay, no worries. Um, Let me know if this next thing makes sense. And like if it's in romance or somewhere, like if you know where this big ego lands, that's where it goes as well. So like I can try to tap in, I will continue to tap in into like what's coming forward. But if that big ego lands somewhere, then that for you, you don't even have to tell me if you don't want. But if that's landing somewhere, that's where it goes. But to me, on top of that, I'm getting a bit of a bigger lesson. So I'm just gonna I have some information on that. Um, that we'll see if it lands, if it makes sense or not. Um, so basically, what I get from this big ego around you, or if it is in your past or not, it feels like there's an essence or invitation for you to gain even more confidence in yourself. Not not that you need to go into ego, but it's like to me, if there's someone with a strong ego around you, it could really signify you building inner confidence within yourself so that the ego sort of like doesn't need to be there, you know? And like, does that make sense? Okay. So yeah, and again, you don't have to tell me where this ego lies. Okay, perfect. Okay, yes, I'm so glad. So that's what I'm gathering from this big ego energy that comes up is that more confidence in self is being called upon. So I love that for this first portion. There is more stuff here um, that I would love to tap into and see how it feels. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what these other cards are saying. So this next portion is about romance, and oh, it's music. Um, we love the romance for you. So okay, there's like almost two parts to this a little bit. It's the same message with two separate parts. I hope it makes sense. We'll make sure it makes sense. They're giving me very interesting ways of talking about things and seeing things, so we'll see what it says. Um, the okay.
Sorry, this is like, it's hard for me to spit it out. Like, I get it, but it's hard for me to communicate it. So I'll contribute it. So there's this essence of a healing going on in your love life as well. Lots of lesson conversations today. Um, there's a healing energy around your love life and in your love life. And I think you picked up on this last time. You can let me know yes or no. That we have a new energy coming forward that feels beautiful, right? In terms of romantic, an energy that is like emotionally mature. It's a change for you. It might be different for you. This energy of like this person coming in, and essentially like they're coming in to help you heal your heart and open your heart. And yes, it does take us to open our own heart to let it in. But I also feel like this person's energy, this romantic energy, is going to heal your heart in ways that you never even knew needed healing. Does that make sense? I think I said that well. If it doesn't make sense, don't worry. But I'm like, yes, I think I communicated that as well as I could so far. Um, yeah, and I do remember you had some like good love stuff come forward before in your previous reading, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, yeah, okay. Aw, yeah. And I do pick up on that coming in. I do pick up on that. Well, integration, integration, integration into what? Integration into fire energy question. Your messages are so interesting today, Priscilla. I like it. It's just they're so interesting. Yeah, yeah, yes, I definitely can, and in fact, there's more stuff here on it. So whatever's coming up here is about romance, but I need to understand it more. Um, I don't fully understand it. I'm gonna do my best to, and I'll ask you for anything if I need it. Integration into more passion. Hold on. Integration. Uh, pleasure, passion. It's talking about pleasure and passion, about and I need to understand that person more. This doesn't feel like if you do this, then your person will come in. It kind of just feels like a very general, like this can happen when you meet your partner, this can happen now, and if it doesn't resonate, just let me know. But to me, they're talking, which is so funny. I'm like, LOL, I've been getting you to pitch my pleasure retreat for women, like, no pressure. But like, and like, you literally will have to come. But it's to me, we're getting into that energy because there's this like conversation of understanding like your passion and pleasure, and it does feel like romantic, this energy, and like whether or not there's room for more allowance of you um, experiencing pleasure in life, and maybe intimately with someone like like it can feel really good to have a really great connection with someone or something. Does any of this make sense? Or does it feel like like it's hard for you? Okay. So again, to me, this doesn't feel necessarily. And my timer did go off, but let's check in and see if there's like we have a lot of questions. We kind of just Um, oh, okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. Wow. Well, this makes sense then. So the allowance of more pleasure and passion in your life, yes. Like yes and literally, like again, you don't have to come, but I am running with a friend of mine, like an online retreat for women in terms of like, experiencing more pleasure and like allowing that in and connecting to it more. Again, you don't have to come if anyone here wants to come, great. Um, but it's just that. Like whether you come to it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that's the essence of it. It's like taking like allowing yourself to experience more. What do you mean? That's why I wanted to know about it. What do you mean? Like your um your it's so interesting because love and this, they're not separate, but they feel separate in terms of it doesn't matter when you do this. Like you can start doing this and then love can come in and help and add. But like you learning about what brings you joy, what makes you feel passionate and full of pleasure, like that will just enhance the relationship. Does that make sense? Like it kind of feels like this energy that I picked up on feels more just like self work. Um, and that it can enhance the relationship whenever that relationship comes in, which could be really any time. Um, uh, yeah. Oh, totally. It totally feels like it's right on the cusp. Yeah. It feels like it really feels like I'm getting this like this interesting like vision of a street in like San Francisco, and it doesn't have this could be a metaphor by the way. Um, and that like you're in like an apartment where you're walking. No, no, you're not in an apartment. You're walking like around a corner, and like he's like right behind you. Like it's like to me, it feels like it's already in your energy as you're feeling. Kind of. Oh, you are in San Francisco. Okay, okay. So that's cute. So it kind of feels that close. Because I think there's that's a metaphor, but that's very interesting. But it feels more metaphorical. I totally didn't know that, but it feels more metaphorical for like it's in your energy. It's that close. Oh, I do remember you. I remember your work story. I just didn't remember exactly San Francisco. That's cute. We love that. That would just be kind of forgetting, but they gave that to me, and maybe I subconsciously remembered San Francisco, sure. But either way, it's like right around the corner or they're like right behind you and it's not that they're like following you. It's just that they're that close. It was cool. The video was really cool and everything came over good. Um yeah, it was really cool. Like the energy feels good. Like your energy around this stuff for sure feels very good. Um, like overall. Of course human experience can sometimes be like but like for me, energetically, spiritually speaking, I feel very good around this energy. It feels very good. Yeah. So yeah, let me know how that feels. If I were just going, but let's check in and let me know how it's feels about maybe that's why I wanted to get a little experience. Yeah, and directing any of your nerves and energies around like what do I want? What brings me joy? What brings me pleasure? What brings me passion? Like directing that energy at yourself if you're you in terms of like showing the video, I think possibly help by directing that focus on yourself into the expansion of pleasure for yourself and passion, whatever. Yeah, they're right around you. You like you can't miss this. You know, like you won't miss your person. You won't miss this. You know. Aw, thanks, love. Thanks for showing us so sweet. Aw, yeah, yeah, yeah. Heck yeah. Aw, lots of love to you for sure. I'm glad we got to connect. Yay. Exactly. You won't miss it. You won't miss it. You can't miss it. You won't miss it. It feels very assuring. This energy feels very assuring around partnerships. So hopefully that can transmute that way for yourself as well. I appreciate you too. Lots of love. Yay. Okay, let me do a quick check in. Hi, Nicole. Are you still here? So I, my list is done. If people want to add themselves on, I only have a few spots open, and if no one adds, that's totally fine. Um, awesome. Are you? Oh, did you send? Hold on. Oh shit. Did you send it? Hold on. If not, don't worry. I just might have missed something. Oh no, that was. I don't think so. No, no, no. Oh, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Yes, I have you written down here. I thought I just saw something and I didn't, but it's all good. Yeah, okay, okay. Everything's fine. I thought I saw something and I didn't, so we're good. Okay, perfect. I'm good. I'm very good. Doing very, very good. Okay, Jen, thank you for bringing that forward, Jen. I would have noticed on the list, but I'm happy you did that. Oh, ooh, ooh, what beautiful spots to go to, Jen. Shit. And the A's are really standing out. Cute. I like that. Okay. Expansion. Um, so that kind of signifies potential for ideas. Did you hear what I said? I don't even know if I said that loud enough. I can repeat it if not. I kind of was like half talking. um, okay, so you did hear. So yeah, it was like, oh, A's are lessons for you. And then the type of lessons were like expansion, which is good. It's good energy around that possibility of like going to Arizona. Again, you always have choice. Always, always, Jen, trust yourself over me or anyone. Always trust yourself. And in this question, this reading, it feels okay. It feels like, yeah, it feels like this could be a really beautiful thing for you. Should you so desire. I'm getting pretty good confirmation. It also is saying something like it's okay to change, although I don't feel like you might, I don't know if you have trouble with that necessarily. So it's very interesting that that's coming forward, but like it's basically saying something like, you know, what's meant for you is meant for you. You can't miss it. Like it's okay to change. So I don't know if that means anything or resonates with you at all or not. Because I'm like kind of interested about that random thing that they just gave me, but pretty good energies around it. Should you choose? Should it feel right for you? It does feel like it. Okay, see you, Nicole. Thanks for the rose. Oh, okay. You're okay. Oh, you're back now. So do you still want to book in? You're good. I had you down with a question mark. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense. Okay, yay, Jen. So yes, pretty good energy. Up to you. Follow your intuition always. We can check on it again another day if you want. But yes. Yeah, I'm good right now. If you wanted to, literally, like, literally just finished. So you're good. So lots of love to you, Jen. Oh, also, Jen, do you see how like kind of like Arizona-esque, right? To me, at least. Cute, cute. Yay! Those are fun. Oh, I love that it says manifesting. I kind of forgot that it says manifesting. That's cute. Perfect, Mel. I get I'm like, I remember, didn't you? Uh-huh. Oh, uh-huh. Oh. Mhm. Oh, yeah. Can you remind me what we're tapping into? I'm like getting there, but you might be able to make it happen. We're getting there. You add another question. Yeah, think you had another question, and I remember being like, "Oh, that would be another question." I'm like, I can scroll up. Unless you type it out. You want to come forward? Okay. I'm trying to actually go up still. It might be like, not work, but it's a while. Go up. Oh, yeah. Ha, ha, ha. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I knew there was a part that I wanted to get. Okay, I understand. Oh, of course. So let me make sure before I tap in that I'm tapping into the right thing here. So before you ask, like, does basically does he come forward so that you don't have to guide all the time? And so like he comes, does he come forward in like actionable energy to keep you together or something, or like keep this togetherness? Is that what? Okay. I gave me a cheeky response, but I mean, I'm gonna make sure I just want that I get answered. Yes, okay. So when you say that last thing here, um, how do I say this? Um, when someone is like ready and when someone wants to step in, it won't feel like so much effort, right? And so this is not answering your question, by the way. I'm not answering your question yet. I'll get into your question, but ultimately, just in response to that, it won't feel hard with someone who's ready. Like sure there'll be challenges, but it won't feel like that. And never enoughness is interesting. Yeah, it literally just keeps telling me like it won't be this hard with someone who's ready. His energy to me feels like there's a lot of like what you're feeling. There's a lot of like contemplation around like I feel like he sort of skirts around his own integrity. Um yeah, I feel like he kind of skirts around his own integrity and hence yours, which can possibly be this like issuance of this built up energy or why you're looking for cards. Like I just feel like there's like I feel like he's not really connected into his yeah, like his path of integrity, his path towards like stepping up for himself. Like we give people what we are and what we feel about ourselves, so that he has this possible opportunity at some point, hopefully, to step into like his own inner abundance and like providing for himself and also being able to step up and provide for other people. And I feel like right now there's a big like cloud around that. And it's talking about for you, it's talking about you really calling your power into it, calling your power and intuition in. Because like you also deserve abundance and amazingness. Like you deserve amazingness. You deserve abundance. You deserve to have someone who steps behind your actions for you. You deserve that. And like you're on this path towards that. So if you can really think about that and see what comes up for you around that, like maybe that can help shift something in your insides and help you your path with growth on that. But yeah, I hope that made sense. And then I hope that helps. I don't know if I really Yeah, and lots of love. I know sometimes people
things can be uncomfortable and all the feels. So big hearts and love to you. Um, yeah, really think about yourself and how awesome you are. And I know. Remember, if he's not being straight up with you, he's also not being straight up with himself. We can only give what we give ourselves. Um, Let me see. Like technically another question, but my first reaction on that is like he might he might reach out, but like kind of watch what's behind the reach out. Like it might take some time, space. The word space comes forward. Like just watch his intentions behind it, and if he's stepping up, great, great. But it's keeping that mindfulness about if he does reach out, which I do see an essence of coming forward, like making sure that you're still like, in this energy of the ease of relationship was very important to keep in mind for you. Maybe that's a good check-in for you is like, does this have a level of ease in it if he does reach out? I do get an energy of reach out. He could change it, but no, I keep getting reach out energy. So just be mindful of what's behind that reach out, if it's enough for you or not. You're very wise, and your intuition is speaking to you lots. You're welcome. You're welcome. And he has choice. He can change things, of course, but that's what he's for. So yeah, you deserve amazing things. Okay, Mel. So I hope that helps. Thank you for the gift for the question. And I think that I'm gonna jump off. I think I'm gonna close my list. If there's anyone that really wants to book in, let me know. I'm gonna close off my Twitch and YouTube. And like a second for everyone. But otherwise, my name is See you, Twitch. I'm going to jump off. You can always go to the link in my profile if anyone wants to book a one-on-one. I love my one-on-ones. And yeah, see you, Twitch. And YouTube. See you, YouTube. Bye.